I was a full-blown alcoholic, and I graduated to cocaine. Eventually, that led to me going to prison. When they put the handcuffs on, I knew that I was not just being arrested, but I was being rescued. I was so tired of living that life. In the midst of that, though, I, at 15, met a young lady.
What attracted me to him, that he was really nice, kind of adventurous, opposite than I was, even though I was flirtatious. I just thought he was easy to talk to, and I think that's one of the things that really attracted me to him.
We got on the bus and we went down to City Hall and we got married. Because of my addiction, we grew further apart.
Things didn't go well, actually, from the beginning, if I think back on it. As we got older, he would start an argument so that he can go out. We ended up breaking up.
So I remember the night I got arrested like it was yesterday. I was out of my mind, just insane and wanted more drugs. The person that lived next to me, her boyfriend was a drug dealer. And so I had the bright idea that I would rob him. I remember the police sirens. I knew they were coming to get me, and I was high. I actually had my crack pipe in my hand. Police officers saw me and they arrested me, and I remember him being so angry because he said, "I could have killed you." And now that I was in prison, I couldn't get high. I had to deal with the shame and the guilt. And I wanted to be forgiven. So I went to my cell one night and I cried out to God. And I said, "If your forgiveness is real, would you please show me? I need to feel it." And instantly, I felt the presence of God in my cell. And I knew that he was real. I knew that Jesus had died for my sins, and I knew that I was forgiven.
During his time of incarceration, my life was great because I was moving on. I was in a relationship about a year after Nate and I broke up. I really didn't care. I had no feelings at all.
My friend was hooking women up on the outside, Christian women with guys on the inside. So I told him to hook me up. But as soon as I left him, the Holy Spirit said, literally, "Fool, you are already married." And I said, "No, God, I don't want to get back with that woman." But I felt the Lord wanted me to at least try, and so I bargained with him. And I said, "Lord, if you want us to get back together, if I write her and she says no, I'm off the hook, right?"
I actually got a letter from Nate asking if we can get back together, with him telling me about God. And my first thing went through my mind, oh, he has this jailhouse religion. I wrote him quite a few times, letting him know that I thought it would be a good idea that we would get back together. But we kept writing each other back and forth. I had to hide the letters. I didn't want my boyfriend to see the letters.
At this point, we were separated about 19 years. And she sent me a Dear John letter and said, "Look, I was just fooling around with you. I don't want to get back with you. I don't want to reconcile. I'm going to get married to this guy." I actually fell in love with her all over again. And then she asked me for a divorce, and I was heartbroken.
I just came out with the truth with him and told him that I was going to marry the guy that I was dating. But there was no way I could marry him because I wasn't divorced from Nate. And I think that broke his heart, and he kind of stopped writing me after that.
So I said, okay, my heart was broken at that point. I said, okay. She asked me to get a divorce since it wouldn't cost me anything. So I put in a request to get a divorce, and they shackled me up and took me downtown, Vienna, Illinois, to see a judge. When he walked in, he asked me, did I know what his real job was? I said, how can I know that? I don't know you. And he said, I'm a preacher. I said, oh, wow, I'm a Christian and I want to be a preacher. He said, then why are you trying to get a divorce? I said, well, we've been separated 20 years. Our children are grown. We don't own anything together. And she wants to divorce. She wants to marry someone else. And the judge gave me this paperwork and said, you have to have this paperwork done correctly or else I'll deny it. So I did it correctly. He denied it. I did it correctly again. He denied it. And you only get 3 chances. And I knew at that point, I didn't even send in the third one because I knew that God, not only the preacher, but God was saying no. Another year passed and I got out of prison and I came home, and Rose was actually at my mother's house when I got there.
I used to carry a little pocket Bible in my purse. I never read it. I just had it in my purse. So he was always reading the Bible. So I said, I have a Bible too. Let's just study the Bible.
I began to explain the gospel to her. And Valentine's Day, 2001, I took her out to breakfast. It would be the last time that I had to explain the gospel to her.
Forgiveness is very key. And I'm not a person that actually hold a grudge. After I say what I have to say, I'm finished with it and ready to move on. But forgiveness is something that allows you to release it, give it over to God, and then you can just move on. God has played a huge role in our life from the beginning to the end. A lot of people are always surprised whenever I tell them that we were separated for 20 years.
God's sovereignty in reconciling me to my wife and saving me is that even though he's not the author of sin, he used both of our sin to bring us to the cross. God's hand and his sovereignty was all in this plan.